I've stated elsewhere, in fact, I've probably stated in multiple elsewheres, that my Worldbuilder YouTube channel is in fact my third attempt at YouTube. Now, the first two attempts were purely driven by a desire to make money, and in both cases I crashed and burned. Hard. The first attempt was, for lack of a better term, horrendous. And the second attempt was only slightly better. Kind of in the same way that being hit by a speeding bus is slightly better than being hit by a speeding train. Now, with that in mind, money was not the motivation for starting the Worldbuilder channel. Now, I am a creative person with a need to create, and creative minds love to share. And so the channel was born as an expression for my creative side. And for 2 years, I've been having a lot of fun with it, which was exactly the point. Now, I had no intention of making money with it, and that was just as well, as I seriously doubted that I actually could make money with it. Now, however, the view looks very different from where I'm standing today. Now, as I record this, a couple of weeks ago, I was accepted into the YouTube Partner Program, and I'm within sight of full monetization. Now, I never thought these things would be feasible for me, but one is done and the other's probably just a matter of time and effort. And this has led to some serious inner thought. Now, before I get to what came out of all that introspection, let me digress for a second and mention the movie Office Space. Now, I know a lot of you have probably watched it, and I know a lot of you probably enjoyed it, and maybe you even love it. I know I certainly do, and I think the reason so many of us like it so much is because many of us can absolutely relate to it. I know I certainly can. And after over 30 years in the corporate world, I have lived out many of those scenarios firsthand, over and over and over. In fact, I still do, Monday through Friday every week, and my dilemma is pretty close to what Peter faced. He was the main character in Office Space. The soulless corporate treadmill can certainly bring in more money, but at the cost of my time, energy, health, and sometimes my very soul and conscience. Or I can go do something else that's more satisfying, meaningful, and dare I hope, fun, but with a severe financial difference. Unlike Peter, I don't have my whole life ahead of me. I'm approaching the home stretch, and though I still have 2 kids to put through college, I'm only about 10 years from being able to walk away from the corporate grind forever and still be able to feed myself and enjoy indoor plumbing without changing anything that I'm doing today. But to bring this back to the Worldbuilder channel, I think there's a possibility, a chance, a tiny opening to bring that day around sooner rather than later. But before I get to that, let me digress again and talk about the nature of retirement, at least through my perspective. Depending on who you are, you might define retirement as that time of your life when you can sleep in every day, perhaps all day, do what you want, when you want, however you want, and with whomever you want. For most people, including me, that kind of retirement is completely out of the question, unless you're a cat. The truth is that unless you were really, really good at saving and investing your entire life, or you won the lottery, you will still need some kind of hustle or side hustle to supplement your savings, investments, or pension to prevent starving to death a few years into your retirement. And therefore, from my point of view, retirement is when I no longer must work for somebody else to be able to pay for my living expenses. I fully expect to still be working to supplement my income, but I'll be working directly for my family and me. I'll work on my schedule with the benefits coming directly to me, no middlemen taking their share and passing on what's left. Except for the government. But that's still better than where I am now, and it will be up to me as to how much or how little I need to put into it. And frankly, I won't need all that much. So, at that point, I could teach classes at the community college, blow glass, be a chainsaw artist, write books, or I could even greet folks coming into Walmart or Home Depot. It's really up to me, and I think I've already found what I want to do. This. I want to be the Worldbuilder in my retirement. I'm having a whole lot of fun with this, and I think I could build it up to the point where it could be enough to be my forever job for the rest of my life. However, that's not the same and not nearly enough to replace my current job and income in the here and now. For my niche, I just don't think that'll ever be feasible. But If I can build the channel up into a proper business and it's able to achieve the kinds of numbers that I think are possible, maybe I can retire sooner rather than later. And that's important to me. Last year, I lost my best friend of 44 years. He worked the corporate ladder like a world-class champion, and he had it all. The position, money, lifestyle, you name it. He finally retired and he was dead less than 10 days later. Now I know they say you can't take it with you, but it would have been nice if he had some real time to enjoy it while he had it. So I want to hasten the day where I can spend even more time playing my games and hanging out with my family and with all of you. Your comments and appreciation really mean a great deal to me. And I know that I say that, and I know that you understand the words that I say, but I don't think you really understand just how much those words really mean to me. Maybe one day you will, but even before then, I'm sure you can imagine how much I would want to put the whole TPS report paradigm behind me and live my life for my family and me, and not some faceless economist in a government or corporate basement someplace. But what does it mean for the channel specifically? Well, that's really what I wanted to talk to you about. YouTube has channel memberships, and I'm starting mine up. But before I go into what channel memberships will mean, let me address the 800-pound creeper in the room. What will this mean for folks that don't have memberships? Nothing. Zero. Zip. Nada. Nil. If you don't want a membership, you will continue to have access to exactly what you get now. I will still be posting new videos like a madman, and the content mix will be the same as it is now. In fact, I plan for my current Let's Play series to be multi-year projects. So if you like things as they are, the good news is that you'll continue to get exactly that, and at the incredibly low price of nothing. In fact, I'll even throw in a 50% discount, which brings the grand total down to still nothing. However, if you are interested in channel memberships, then you are almost certainly curious about the details. And you aren't the only one. So am I. Seriously, from this side of the camera, I can assure you that YouTube spends a whole lot more time and effort trying to convince creators to have channel memberships than they do trying to explain the details to creators as to what exactly they are and how they work. However, I've spent the last couple of weeks sifting the wheat from the chaff, and I think I know enough to get this thing off the ground. So, the first thing that would come with the channel membership is early access to videos. Now basically, you would gain access to videos as soon as I get them uploaded. And normally that would mean at least 7 days before the video goes public. Much of the time it might mean as much as 2 weeks before. Plus, there's the exclusive membership chats, the custom emojis, which I have yet to make, and the custom channel badges, which are already available. Now all that stuff is going to be a part of the membership for sure. However, there are other things that I really want to add, but I have to figure out how to make it all work. The first of these are live streams. Now I'm pretty sure I have the hardware, software, and bandwidth to support live streaming. What I am much less sure about is exactly how to do live streaming. In fact, I might need to set up some sessions where we, yes, me and all of you, kind of do a digital barn raising. But instead of you coming to help me build a new barn, you all help me get the live stream up and running and then help me test it out. Live streaming is completely new to me, and so there will definitely be some experimentation, and what we live stream will depend really on what folks will want to see. But here's some ideas I'm kicking around, such as a vanilla jam session, where I would just jump into a vanilla Minecraft world and we could all chat and share while that goes on. Then there are the ideas of the working sessions. Such as we pick a mod and then we use the live stream to collectively figure out how to work the mod. Kind of like my mod deep dive videos, but in a collaborative real-time format. A similar idea is that we could pick a mod pack and spin up a whole new world with a mod pack and explore how it works together. And then there's the idea of picking other building games and either having playthrough sessions in those or learning to play them just like we could do with the mod sessions I mentioned a minute ago. And if all this works out like I hope, there's the possibility that I might use some of that income to spin up a multiplayer server exclusively for channel members, and that opens up all sorts of additional possibilities. Another thing I would like to do, if I can figure out the mechanics, is that I would like to make available various files for my series, including the CurseForge profiles I use for each series, save game files, my custom mod bits, data packs, and whatever else I can think of. And finally, as the Let's Play series begin to mature, there will be permanent NPC residents of those worlds, and I may give channel members the option to claim certain NPCs, and they can name that NPC whatever they want within certain guidelines, and it kind of becomes their character in my world. Well, I guess at that point it would become our world. Now that's what I have in the hopper right now. Now, if I'm able to free myself from my corporate shackles, then I will have the time and opportunity to dream up more stuff. But for now, that's pretty much all I can commit to. But the big question at this point, how much? Well, that is the question. And just a bit of trivia here. YouTube sets the possible pricing levels, and the maximum amount a creator can charge for a channel membership is $499 per month. Now, I have no idea what somebody could possibly offer on YouTube to justify that kind of subscription rate, but I'm definitely interested to find out. But for my own humble little corner of the tubeverse, all the features I described can be yours for the incredibly low price of $2.99 per month. That's it. For the same price as something off the value menu at a fast food place, you could join a small but fun community of folks that come together to share our geeky and nerdy interests, passions, and dreams. And hopefully laugh a lot too. And I call this new community the Gamer Fellowship. So that's my news. It's the birth of a new online community, and I'm really looking forward to it, and I hope you at least give it a try. If it were up to me, I'd give you a free month to try it out, but since YouTube runs that bit of the program, my hands are tied. But as the community grows and becomes more active and invested, I think the value of this offer will just go up and up. So thank you for listening, and I hope this finds you and yours in good health, good spirits, and a touch of good fortune. Cheers.